I got it. It's here. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video of mine. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys this phone. Yes, it is the phone from the SuperM video where Taemin is at the end and he does that thing where he opens the phone, he like flips open like that. Yes, this is it. It's called the LG Wing. I'm super excited to show you guys about it. So I want to be clear, I didn't just get this phone because Taemin was holding it in the video. I actually first saw it in the unbox therapy video where he unveiled this phone, and I gotta say I totally fell in love with it. Other phones like the Galaxy Fold, the Galaxy Flip, I thought they were pretty cool, but I personally never really saw much value in it for myself. I always thought that the closed screen, the outer screen that the Galaxy Fold has, is a bit too narrow to use. And then when you open it up, I thought that was a bit too wide to use. So you're kind of getting two extremes, and never was super interested in that. But I saw this phone, the LG Wing, and I was like, that's the phone for me. I was already in the market to get a new phone, and when I saw this phone, it was game over. So I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not like super into like internals anymore. I used to be way about like the processors and the RAM and all that stuff back in the day. But to be honest, these days, it's 2019, 2020. A lot of new phones coming out are gonna be very high quality anyway. So apart from that, you're just choosing which skins you want, which special features you want, and you're kind of making decisions based on stuff like that. So I want to start with talking about the hardware of this phone. It's an OLED display, a POLED display, which basically means that it's giving you really nice blacks, really deep blacks. When you're looking at something, the blacks on the screen are true black. It really stands out, and it really creates like a really wonderful displayed phone. Next, the back of the phone, beautiful. Look at this. Look at this color. It comes in, I believe, Aurora Gray and this sort of light blue greenish color. It's made of glass, but I have heard that it's quite delicate, so you do need to have a case on it, which I do have over here. And you also see these 3 cameras on the back, huge cameras. 1, 2, 3. So apart from all that, basic shit, I know what you guys want to see, and it's this swivel. This is what grabs you, and this is what makes this phone so cool. So the biggest thing that the swivel contributes is the ability to multitask. Being able to, look at your bank account and look at your finances and add everything up, or whatever. And I know that you guys probably are able to do it already with like a split screen mode just on a regular display, but trust me when I say being able to do this. You can have this really long screen, which is good for watching videos and being able to do something else at the bottom. Really cool, really helpful. Especially if you are someone who consumes a lot of content, like either on Netflix or on YouTube from your phone. When you do have the swivel open and you're using your camera, you can also activate this thing called Gimbal Mode, which lets you use the phone as if you were actually attached to a gimbal. This has a lot of really cool uses to it. You can actually move this around and change your field of view. As if you're using a gimbal, you can move it left and right, up and down, like this, without actually even moving the phone. So it's really good for recording videos. You can use a feature called dual recording as well. This feature lets you use the front cam and also the back cam at the same time. So you can, take a selfie video and also capture the video from your main camera, which is amazing. On the subject of camera, the camera is actually quite good on this. You can take a look at some of the shots and videos I captured recently a few days ago on this. You guys can see from my previous videos that I actually used my last phone, the LG G7, as my main camera for a long time until I got this Sony phone. So I believe it lives up to the expectations of what I want in a good camera. I can definitely see myself carrying this around, taking shots with it, recording videos for my vlogs or whatever. So to be honest, this design is pretty, I guess, you love it or hate it. It's really not for everyone. So if you're not someone who consumes a lot of content like videos and stuff like that, or you don't do much multitasking, I don't really see this phone being an amazing, I guess, option for you, especially considering that you can get phones with, I guess, better processors, with better cameras, and all of this extra stuff. Also, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the front camera. So if you do look at the front of it, you see that there is no space for, there's no notch or anything like that you'll see on a lot of phones these days. There's no notch at all. If you open your selfie camera, and then it'll just pop up like this. Pretty cool. I guess the one downside is that this phone doesn't have face unlock. I'm not sure why, because I've seen phones where the camera will pop up to unlock if you want to use your face, but this one doesn't do it. This is pretty cool. It's a pretty nifty feature, and for those who are worried about what happens if you drop this, I'm gonna show you guys what it does. So let's say I have this open, and then if it detects any sudden dropping, it'll close like this automatically. I don't know if you guys caught it. I'll do it one more time. Like this. Close. And it'll let you know that the front camera has been closed to protect the lens. To be honest, I haven't used the swivel feature all that much, which I'm not super upset about, because at the end of the day, this is not a cheap phone. It retails for about $1,000 or 1,000,000 won here in Korea. I managed to find this on Naver Cafe for about half the price, about 550,000 won, which really good. I suggest getting it secondhand. If I were to use the swivel feature, it'd most likely just be having YouTube open. I gotta have my Judge Judy open. I'll swivel it and either just use the screen controls where I can pause it, play it, skip back, forward, adjust the brightness, adjust the volume, or you can actually just go to the main screen like this, have another app open up, bank app, if you want to look at news, anything like that. You can set up grip lock, which basically locks the screen so you can touch it freely without having to worry, and you can just focus on actually just using it as a handle for the phone. Or you can use LG's touchpad, which lets you just use literally as a touchpad. You move it around, you can click stuff exactly like this. I never used this feature before. I don't know where you would use it, but it looks pretty cool, I guess. Also, gaming is a pretty cool feature you can do with it. I have seen videos of, for example, playing Asphalt. You can use this screen as sort of a main screen for the game, and then use this screen as a map depending on how you can hold it. So that's pretty cool, but I don't game, so I don't really think about that kind of thing. You can also use this phone in different positions. You don't have to keep it like this. You can do like this. Oh! You can do like this. You can use it like this, and the screen will rotate. You can do it like this. The screen will rotate. This, the screen will rotate. This, the screen will rotate. So super customizable how you can use it. Literally, the possibilities are quite endless. So obviously this phone isn't perfect. I want to talk about some, I guess, cons that you should consider. First, the swivel doesn't quite work if you are left-handed. So because of the nature of how the phone opens, like, you can't really like use your left hand to do it. You can't even really use it much if you have small hands, because the grip is a bit unstable when you try to open it with small hands. So be wary of that, left-handed people. It's possible you can two-hand it, or you can just use your right hand, but just be wary of that. It only opens up in one direction. Next thing to mention, speaker, kind of weak, not the best speaker ever. It's not terrible by any means. It's just, the sound is kind of small. Compared to my last phone, the sound is kind of small. Again, not a deal breaker or anything. Just I have to talk about things I don't like about the phone. I have to keep it real. Next, no headphone jack. You only get like the standard, this port over here, and so you need a dongle. I honestly never thought I would get a phone without a headphone jack, but here we are now. Again, whatever, it is what it is. But you do have an SD card, which is really good if you do use a lot of storage. This phone, I believe, has about 128 gigabytes, so you know, you're already covered as far as storage goes for the most part. And the last con I would say is that the swivel actions aren't fully custom. It doesn't necessarily always do what you want it to do. For example, using the second screen over here and you want to type something, you can really only do it with LG's default keyboard. If you try to use another keyboard, which I do, I use Flexi a lot, but if you try to use another keyboard, it'll be cut off and weird. But LG's keyboard works perfectly fine. keep that in mind. But what really bothers me about as far as YouTube goes, because that's the biggest thing I use, is that you can't actually use it to watch the video on the big screen and then search and then scroll through other videos or comments on the second screen. You have the options of using it as a control panel for the video, using it as a touchpad, using it as a grip block, or using another app, but you can't scroll through comments at the same time. And if you do try to open YouTube twice on the bottom screen, it'll just move down. Like, you can't open the same app on both screens. So that's another thing. That's what makes it a little different from, I believe, other dual screen displays. Also want to touch on the fingerprint sensor. I forgot real quick. It is in screen. This is kind of another pro or con depending on how you look at it. My last phone, the fingerprint sensor was on the back, so it was quite easy. But this one is in screen, which is a little annoying because it's kind of hard to know where to press your finger because it's just a black screen, so you have to hope that you're aiming it right. And it works. It works okay. Like, it's just the aiming part and kind of the unpredictability of it. It's a little bit annoying to get used to, but it works fine. Like, it works perfectly fine. A little slower than I'd like it to be. Just take a look at it. It's a little slower than I like it to be. Hold on a second. So it's fast. It's fast though, but it could be a little faster. So finally, would I recommend this phone? Yeah, hell yeah, I'd recommend this phone. It's a pretty dope phone. Like, honestly, you're buying it for this swivel. Like, if nothing else, it's pretty cool to show people. It's also a beautiful phone. It's very eye-catching. The screen is amazing. The camera is very good if you like LG's camera software. It's a very good phone. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a very good phone, and it also has extra functionality with the swivel. So if you are in the market and you don't necessarily want to buy a basic, like, just slab of a phone, then I think this is a very good option for you to consider. So if you have any questions about the phone, if you want to know anything about it that I haven't covered in this video, you can let me know down in the comment section. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the swivel display. Let me know if you prefer the Galaxy's vision of the dual screen, or do you prefer LG's vision, or maybe another company's vision of it. I don't do these videos very often, so yeah. I just thought this phone was really cool and I wanted to show you guys it. So yeah, if you like it, you can give me a sub if you like, that'd be awesome. If you don't, totally cool. Just glad that you came and watched the video. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.